Yeah, we're going.
Part 35 of Final Fantasy II Adventure. It's nighttime now. No longer is it a sauna. Well, it's less of a sauna in here. At least I'm not like sweating.
It's a manageable.
Yeah. As long as we don't think about hot pieces of coal being water spilt on surprise butt sex from Chimera.
What?
Surprise
butt sex already?
Get your mind out of the gutters.
Jeez. I wanted to talk about political stuff and...
Fine, let's talk about political stuff.
I did have one thing I want to talk about, and would you guess that it's concerning the Jews? I don't know if you've been following, but there's some stuff going on right now.
No, I haven't.
I haven't either, really. I just know there's stuff going on. But I was listening to the Fox radio. You ever listen to that?
No, but I assume it's full of lies.
Yeah, it's full of bullshit. And I basically just, like, listened to it because if I hear, like, O'Reilly or Hannity or any of those other fucking idiots, like, if I, like, agree with them on a topic, I know that I need to, like, reevaluate my opinion on that topic. Because if I agree with them, then I'm probably wrong. Yeah. So I was listening to it, and it was actually, I think it was, Hannity and Lars Larson, but it could have been O'Reilly and Limbaugh for all I fucking know. But it was two of them, and they kept regurgitating this point about the Israel conflict and about how the Palestinians will like throw their babies at the Israelites and like. Well, no, I don't think they actually said throw babies. That's from Dune. But that's just what it makes me think of because that's what the fucking Baron Hirokin in Dune fucking says about the Fremen, and I just think that, like, you know, they don't say throw their babies at them, they say that they intentionally have civilians go to places, like, the Israelis will, like, tell them, like, hey, we're gonna bomb this building, and then they'll send, like civilians in there to die to get like the civilian death numbers up, you know what I mean?
I think I remember you telling me this before.
Yeah, and like my whole thing on it is like the whole thing about they're savages, they'll throw their babies at us. Like that's a cliche that like Herbert called out in Dune. And like it maybe because it didn't make the David Lynch movie, it hasn't like become popularized, but that's like a very common argument that the more powerful army makes to like the army that like doesn't have air forces and bombs and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they were like both of them regurgitating the same line in the same day. And it's just, I mean, there's other stuff that was said, and there's other things about the conflict that I don't want to get into because I don't have expertise, but this one particular thing, like them saying, like, oh, they, like, purposely have civilian casualties because for the press. It's like, even if that's completely true, then, like, how fucked up are you that the people fighting you have gotten to that... Monsters have gotten to that point. You know what I mean? Where they're like, oh, well, I'll fucking just go into this building that you're going to bomb because I want you to get bad press. You know what I mean? Like, how horrible do you have to be for that to be how people fight you? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the point where you're making that argument, where you're making, well, the savages throw their babies at us, the point you're making that argument, you should, like, realize that, like, you're an imperialist and in the wrong. Yeah.
Alright, we got our political.
I had to vent that.
We just had to get all political up in here.
I just don't think that people should, like, act like they know semen monster.
So, like, next episode, we're going to have, like, a bunch of, like, senators and politicians in here. And every time they say something stupid, throw a pie in their face? With a baby in it? Or maybe you just, like, invite a bunch of politicians, and they're by the door, and just have, like, a bunch of babies. Like, keep the door locked, have a bunch of babies on the couch, with, like, cherries and whipped cream.
Yeah.
And, like, just wait for him to start complaining, and then, like, where my burger? And just, like, start pouring the whipped cream on the babies, put cherry on them, just chuck them at the screen door. We'll see what they have to say about that.
Yeah. Throw babies at them.
Throw babies with whipped cream and cherries on top.
Like, seriously, if someone threw a baby at you, wouldn't you just leave them the fuck alone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't you be like, okay, I'm gonna
clearly keep
I don't think that they're gonna last very long because their main system of defense is baby throwing, and that can't be good for the baby or the future of their people. But I'd leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If that's literally what they're doing is a resort.
Right. I would be like, okay, well, those people can go ahead and be over there, and I'm going to be over here. I don't give a fuck who was fictitiously born in that place.
I prefer it. What? Oh.
God lives there? Really? Then why did he let it get overrun by baby-throwing savages? Like, I would think that if God really gave a shit about that particular piece of soil.
Call this episode's all about paper throwing.
It's all about how you...
Identifying objects. I hate my job. All I do is sit in the chest and wait for people to come by. That is all I do. And then I call these bitches to come kill you, but what's the point?
Bishop, tonight for... Not all missions can be solved by chest, alert.
Aww.
Someday you'll learn that.
Checkmate. Checkmate. Yeah.
Checkmate, you motherfucker.
Does it already have like super good shit? Oh, you're giving... Whoa.
Yeah, it's up 4.
That's like a rule I've always had about like any game where you could buy armor. Like, if I increases my hit points by like 2 or 3 or 4, I never really bother to buy it. But I mean, if I find it for free, I'll definitely put it on.
This is one of those games where like, if you should like never buy anything. There's probably certain points where it makes sense, but almost every time you like buy a bunch of armor in this, you'll like find something better in the next dungeon or...
Yeah, that's why I came seem to see the rules also apply weapons with me. Just have to have like a significant like increase, like at least by 20 points, then I'll probably take it. 15's the minimum.
The base stats are a little lower on this, so 5-6 points is a good...
Yeah. So why are they here in this tower again? Stop.
Oh shit! I don't know. We were talking about Jews genociding people and fucking...
Yeah, we kind of got away from the story in case you...
we did that Son episode where we were just like telling stupid jokes.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? Is we should, when we think of stupid jokes like that, like write them down, or at least like write down, enough to remember it when it comes time. And then like the podcast, like the end of the night ones, when we're all tired and just like trying to get to a safe spot, then we should read the stupid jokes.
Alright, I'll find some stupid jokes. And look forward to that, people. They'll be called stupid
I've already got a bunch I already know. I know tons of stupid jokes. I'm just saving them.
I'm sure I can come up with a really stupid joke right now if I use my brain for smart making.
Yeah, we'll save it. We'll save it for when...
I know, that's subtraction.
When we don't have the magic that we've got flowing right now.
I know.
Like, I only talked about that Jew shit for like 4 minutes. I could talk about Jews all night. I couldn't really. I'd sound like I'd end up betraying my ignorance of the whole matter, and I'd lose my, righteous indignation because I'd end up like, especially if someone like debated me on it, then I'd sound like a complete idiot.
No, it's alright. I'm sure whoever you debate with is not a fan of the Jews, even if they're Jewish. They're not a fan of the Jews.
I don't know about that. No, I'll get in debates with people online, but like, no one that fucking knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I never.
If somebody knows what the fuck they're talking about, I'll leave them.
Like, whenever I want to get, if I ever see someone that I want to get an argument with, I always lose interest. Like, wait, they could possibly be 5 googling shit that they know nothing about.
Right.
So let's not have that. You're a faggot, and then I never look at the comments again.
Yeah.
He's leaving with an insult, but not a super serious
I have
one.
friends that I'll do that. I'll get into things with them, and then I'll like say like some comment that I know is gonna piss them off, and then just never look at the thread again. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like that's how I win. You know, like because I know they're as stubborn as me, and they're never gonna let up. So I'm just gonna say the one thing that's gonna get them riled up, and then not give them the dignified, the dignity of a response, or that I acknowledge theirs. And I think that's pretty much the best way to go about it. Kids.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't consider that trolling either.
Steven, of course not. If they start shit, then why not finish it in a good way?
Well, to me, starting shit is like they post something really stupid.
That's usually the things I usually
like they post something about how they support Hobby Lobby or something. It's like, why? I mean, I get it if you like went to Hobby Lobby and then that shit like you were a regular customer of Hobby Lobby or Chick-fil-A or something, and then like that stuff happened. You're like, I want to go support the business I already like, but like. I don't understand why you buy something from someone if you like hate the same people, We got time. Oh, we didn't have to fight for that. Sure had to walk a long way though.
There's like a lot of freaky creatures here.
Yeah.
Like, why is this place filled with chimeras? Those lion, snake, goat things.
Because...
What kind of drugs are the Greeks on? Oh my god. Or...
Do you really want me to answer that question? What kind of drugs the Greeks are on? They're on a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Like mandrake and fucking all sorts of crazy shit.
Or maybe they really did... or maybe they just captured a lion one day and knocked it out and really just, added the head of a decapitated goat and sewed a live snake to it.
Have I ever told you about the Sacred Crush, or the Sacred Mushroom and the Holy Cross? It's this book that this guy, who was one of the original decoders of the Dead Sea Scroll, wrote, and it's about how he believes that Christianity and most major religions were founded by people that were into taking psilocybin mushrooms.
That sounds believable.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. I've never had anything closer to a spiritual experience than taking psilocybin mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah. You're 16, so I don't recommend that you take psilocybin mushrooms right now, because that would be irresponsible. But at some point in your life, you should definitely take some psilocybin mushrooms. And
Mom, if you're listening to this,
your mom probably agrees with me, but wouldn't admit that she did. At least,
she wants me
not in a public
She wants me
form.
to at least take one She wants me to take at least one drug that allows me to have a fun time.
Really? She told you that?
No, I'd imagine though. Even if parents strongly against it, they secretly hope for their kid to have just a moment of fun time.
I don't know about that.
They want their kid to have a story about taking LSD or acid, which I believe are basically the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are basically. One is just another name for the other. Sure. Although, I don't know what that shit's like now. I haven't done any of that in years. I wouldn't do acid again, because I'm paranoid about what kind of chemicals the government puts in shit. And I've heard a lot of people that have had
permanent brain damage from
nothing like that. Just they haven't.
What?
Oh yeah. Okay, we're at 15, so we'll just pause right here. start back up again because I don't think we're going to save spot anytime soon.
Even harder nipples.
Harder nipples?
Harder nipples.
Harder nipples.